Hello YouTube friends! Welcome to my channel, the Travel Diary Lalabs Edition. This is Rai Rai with my husband travel buddy Alan, and we're going to Luray Caverns in Virginia. Join us by watching this video as we explore the amazing Luray Caverns. But don't forget to subscribe! Luray Caverns, originally called Luray Cave, is a cave just west of Luray, Virginia, United States, which has drawn many visitors since its discovery in 1878. The cavern system is generously adorned with speleothems such as columns, mud flows, stalactites, stalagmites, flowstone, and mirrored pools. The caverns are perhaps best known for the great Stalacpipe organ, a lithophone made from solenoid-fired strikers that tap stalactites of various sizes to produce tones similar to those of xylophones, tuning forks, or bells. To enter the caverns, you have to purchase a ticket, approximately $32 per person. A Smithsonian Institution report of July 13 and 14 of 1880 concluded, "It is safe to say that there is probably no other cave in the world more completely and profusely decorated with stalactite and stalagmite ornamentation than that of Luray." We're now here. Welcome! Luray Caverns is the largest caverns in Eastern America and the most visited in the United States, designated a U.S. registered natural landmark in 1974. This is the Discovery Room. William Campbell, Andrew Campbell, and Benton Stebbins discovered this natural wonder on August 13, 1878. They had found a promising sinkhole, which is a depression in the ground. Andrew and Benton felt cool air coming out of a quarter-size hole. They dug away at that hole and created an entrance just large enough for Andrew to slide down with a candle. They named the first formation they saw the Washington Column after our first president. If you're gonna explore this cavern, it will take about 1 hour tour that will cover 1 mile and a quarter. But please, stay on the paved walkways. And take note, for preservation of the caverns, federal and state law prohibits touching the formations. Scientists estimate the caverns to be about 450 million years old. Luray Caverns is a solution cave. Water mixed with carbon dioxide from the atmosphere creates a mild carbonic acid in the soil. When that solution seeps through the ground, coming in contact with the limestone layers, the acid hollows out the bedrock, creating these cavern rooms. By slowly eroding, the weaker minerals and harder minerals are left behind. These are the walls and ceilings. As water continues to dip into the chambers, the carbon dioxide is released and the droplet crystallize. Resulting formations are called speleothems. Two basic types occur. The rounded, upwardly protruding formations on the floor are called stalagmites, and their pointy counterparts hanging from the ceiling are stalactites. Cavern formations grow at the rate of 1 cubic inch every 120 years. three natural colorations are represented by the different types of minerals collected by water. The white is calcium carbonate in its pure form. The reddish-brown is iron oxide, and the grayish-black is manganese oxide. Any green color today is an algae growing due to moisture near a light source. To the right of the natural bridge archway is a consecutive row of short curved formations. Long, thin, and it sets a perfect line of almost uniform length that the explorers were reminded of an old-fashioned fish market. We're about to see the Dream Lake. The Dream Lake creates the illusion of a small sea of underwater stalagmites. But that's just part of the dream. What you are really seeing is a perfect mirror reflection of the ceiling. Dream Lake is the largest body of water in Luray Caverns, covering 2,500 square feet. The deepest part of the lake is between 18 to 20 inches. This huge abyss below is called Pluto's Chasm. It is 500 feet in length and 90 feet in depth. The sedimentary layers of the caverns are visible along the far wall as the solution process occurred over millions of years. The discoverers first referenced this, the specter column, then realizing the methodological beauty relating to the ancient gods, named this Pluto's ghost, the Roman god of the underworld. The walkways through the caverns follow a figure 8 pattern. Pluto's ghost is at the center of the figure 8, and this formation will be visible on 2 more occasions. Over the railing is a skeleton gorge. Human skeletal remains were found in this area. The bones were most likely washed into the gorge through a previously existing opening. Researchers determined the fragments were from a sub-adult female and had been embedded in calcite for hundreds of years. They are now in the collection of the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. A view of Pluto's Chasm reveals a second view of Pluto's ghost, the large white column. Next to you is another column that seems to echo the eerie vision below. Here at the walkway edge is the Proserpina column, named for the Roman goddess of the underworld, who accompanies her corresponding god Pluto. Columns are formed when the stalactites from above meet the stalagmites from below. This area is the oldest part of the caverns, known as the main body. Rooms are larger and the formations are less active, yet more massive. When water was more active in this area, it created a spectacular formation. To your left, the white flowstone on the far wall is Titania's Veil, named after a character in Shakespeare, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Flowstone occurs when water seeps down a wall or over a cave floor, depositing layers of mineral-rich water. This flow rate requires 300 years to form 1 cubic inch. This is the giant Redwood. The immense formation dominating this room is the largest and the oldest formation in the caverns. The Redwood is 40 feet in height and 120 feet in circumference and estimated to be over 7 million years old. At the next overlook, you will be viewing Giant's Hall and a cluster of unusual stalagmites, the totem poles resembling the Native American icons. Still here in Luray Caverns, and look at that curtain type. The curtain type that I'm referring to is the drapery. This is another type of cave formation, and the best example in Luray Caverns is the Saracen tent. National Geographic commented these are among the best in the world. As flowstone grows larger, they become longer and thin, sometimes translucent, to resemble a delicate curtain. That is the fallen stalactite. The fallen stalactite was at one time attached to the right end to the open area in the ceiling. A massive earthquake 7,000 years ago caused the formation to fall, the last such disturbance of this magnitude in the eastern region. This is the center of Giant's Hole, the deepest part of the caverns, 164 feet below the surface of the Earth. Giant's Hole has the largest airspace of any room in the caverns. The double column is the tallest formation in the caverns at 47 feet in height and offers one of the best examples of the two basic caverns formations. On the front side to the right is a very uniform or fluted stalactite from the ceiling all the way to the floor. On the back, left side is a stalagmite formed from the floor in distinct mounds or ridges almost all the way to the ceiling. They did not exactly meet, but are joined side by side. This is the cathedral, once known as the ballroom for the occasional dances held here, complete with a local band, hoop skirts, dress pants, and a flanked floor. This room was later named the cathedral, referring to the ethereal nature of the huge chamber. The cathedral is also home to the great Stalacpipe organ, the largest musical instrument in the world, having appeared in the Guinness Book of World Records. The instrument was invented by Mr. Leland Sprinkle, a mathematician and electronics engineer from Springfield, Virginia. He began work on the organ in 1954. The great Stalacpipe organ uses the stalactites as tone sources. Rubber-tipped mallets are electronically signaled to gently tap the stalactites, producing musical tones. Different tone responses result from the different sizes and shapes of the stalactites. As each of the stalactites vibrate, a magnetic pickup transports the electrical equivalent to its tone to the center of the chamber. The mallets cover 3.5 acres of the caverns, with the cathedral chamber being the center point. The organ console is protected by a heated platform and a plexiglass canopy. The organ in operation since its completion in 1957 can be played manually from the keyboard or automatically using the principles of a player piano or child's music box. This will be a live performance of the great Stalacpipe organ. As we proceeded to this cavern, we will see again for the third time the Pluto's ghost. Standing inside Pluto's Chasm, this is the third and closest view of Pluto's ghost. You are now entering the last quarter of the tour. We are now here in the wishing well. The Luray Caverns wishing well is the deepest body of water in the caverns, with a depth of 6 feet at the center. At the end of the year, 2 to 3 feet of coins will cover the bottom of this pool. The coins are collected annually and awards are made to national and regional health, environmental and educational organizations as listed. As you can see, there are a lot of coins in here, which means there's a lot of visitors who already came here in the Luray Caverns. This is the Morrison's Hall. The air temperature in the caverns averages 54 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. Beyond the brick wall is another area of the caverns, is a shaft leading to the surface. In 1901, Lumiere Sanatorium was built over the shop by the then owner of Luray Caverns. A powerful fan pulled the cool air from the caverns into the home, creating the first air-conditioned house in the United States. The air circulating in Lumiere averages about 70 degrees on any summer day. Okay, here in this cavern, there is this unique attraction and they called it as the fried eggs. It is one of the most memorable sites in the caverns. These two stalagmites were accidentally sheared during enlargement of this tunnel. Early tradition was to rub the eggs for luck. Today, please help preserve these unique formations in their present condition and admire them without touching. Also seen in this cavern is the Veterans Flag. The commemorative flag pays homage to the Page County war veterans who gave their lives in conflict around the world. Originally placed in Luray Caverns in 1928, this location still provides the most visibility of any point in the county. This is the Stebbins Avenue. Stebbins Avenue is the last area of the caverns. It is named for one of the discoverers, Benton Stebbins. It was Stebbins who encouraged others to join him in search for what the New York Herald described as the discovery of the century. This is the last part of the cavern, and we're about to exit to the gift shop, where you can purchase memorable items. This will conclude our tour here in Luray Caverns, but we will still visit the other attractions, the Car and Carriage Caravan Museum, the Shenandoah Heritage Village, and the Stony Man Gem Mining Sluice, which will be covered in my next video. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, share, and hit on that notification bell for more updates. See you in my next video. Bye-bye!